This is a transmission from the archives.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a Master Archives Analysis Watchalong. I am your host, Tima, the Master Archivist, and we are back. Andor Season 2, Episode 2. You can tell I'm hyped because I get name dropped in this episode. Episode is called Sagrona Tima. Spelled a little differently, but I will take it. I consider that pretty interesting little bit there. So I recorded the last episode, and as I was queuing up the next episode, because I was done for the night, I was like, okay, watch the episode. I'll watch this one tomorrow. And as I queued it up, I'm like, there's no way. That's so awesome. So I'm pretty excited for this one, not going to lie. Hopefully put some respect on my name. That's all I'm kind of hoping for. But with that being said, let's get into this. This is Andor, Season 2, Episode 2, Sagrona Tima. All right, press and play now. Okay, so here we go. We have the recap. Cassian Andor coming in as the test pilot. Yeah, so he has the TIE Avenger, and he gets captured by the Maya Pai gang. Maya Pai, I think it's the pronunciation of it. Gets captured with the gang and now being interrogated on pretty much his part in, I guess, the Empire, because he is, of course, dressed as an Imperial pilot, and his part in a fraction of this rebellion. So, I mean, I've enjoyed so far the scenery of this show. Always the costumes, the character designs. Just really feels down to earth, and I'm thoroughly enjoying it. So, as I always mention, wildcard pick. But, and the ISB arc on here. These Gorman spiders. And now it's interesting how the ISB are talking about using propaganda to swing public opinion. Like, let's do it themselves. And then Deirdre is like, just get people to do it. Just have insurgents, basically come in and swing opinion. It's very interesting. How the Empire will be using people here to obviously manipulate everything to their point of view and justify what their actions are. Okay. And Mon Mothma's arc here, still continuing with the rebels, funding them, and we have Luthen Rail trying to get in contact with Cassian. You have members of the brigade here turning on each other. Very interesting how this is working. I say interesting because there's so many, as they're unveiling this entire series. I keep having more questions, trying to piece together everything. Okay, there's a Star Wars logo there. We're gonna get that ever wonderful Andor logo. Up here it is here. A wonderful, wonderful logo. Okay, I see thunder rumbling. I need to start making a list. One of the series I'd love to do is visiting these locations. Like I said, in Acolyte, there was like the hot spring was in Portugal. Right when I saw that, I was like, oh, the scenery is beautiful. And that's what I was looking up. I'm like, where is this? A lot of these places I'm really going to have to put down on the list. I would love to do a series where I visit a bunch of these locations. So what's he looking for? Hmm. Interesting. Ooh, that's crazy. Just a leg. That's why I'm missing some stuff here. I'm like, what is happening? Oh, nice Hutsies. It's crazy how fast they've turned on each other here. See, I don't quite understand what they really have to gain. I mean, I guess that's the point, is that they're horribly unorganized, but they have them tearing each other apart. Mm. Oh, I see. See, the thing is, knowing the roles. Mm. Because it's interesting knowing like the roles a lot of these characters are gonna play in the wider story here. I'm like, I wonder what happens to Deirdre. Or Dedra, sorry. Mm. Luthen's character, one of my favorites, hands down. Mm. See, this thing, when you live double life, look, now you're stuck. Because the husband's watching on. Nah, see? See, I was just thinking, I'm like, God, the level of distrust between the two, it feels, you know? Mm. I know he's hating here. I love these little shops in Star Wars. Like these little communities and stuff. It's what I think Galaxy's Edge did pretty good with. Well, you also argue it's like clutter. You know what I mean? But like you look at this, same thing like looking at like Ahsoka, and I'm like, what a nice little place, you know? Mm, interesting. So I guess from the ride on Ferrix, they've obviously gone into hiding. So I mean that is a huge event it's looking like so far. Shaking through the ISB, and now there's still the ripple effects here for the people on Ferrix. Oh, meal bar sick. Nice. Some coconuts. Just people trying to survive. That's surreal. Look at him doing the work, man. Yeah, so it's look at this guy. This guy. It's a man who loves his job. Okay, so I mean, I see he's gotten a pretty good. He got a pretty good position now. I guess for all the stuff he did on Ferrex. Mm. Guess that's the Imperial inspection. Yeah, here they come. You hear the engine slowing down. Mm. No real time to run away on that one. It's always. Nice. Sick Rogue One reference. It's always the things these Imperial officers that honestly make it a good character in acting. It's like he's throwing his power around ever slightly. And in the same sense, it's almost like he knows something. Like here, he's just like going on. I'm like, all right, where's it going? Ooh. Here he's flirting with the officer. I mean, I meant to say the officer's flirting with her. Ooh. Okay, now it's getting weird. Oh, what a weirdo. A weird guy. So it's always things with the people playing the Imperial officers, like they always know something. You know, they act like I always think it's like what's it? It's just that kind of I guess intuition, I suppose. Like I know they're the bad guys, so it's like anytime they start asking questions, like where's this going? Oh, look at these outfits. I guess maybe this is part of the wedding tradition. I mean, this looks great. Getting very strong Lord of the Ring vibes out of this. Because also Vel kind of looks like an elf. Hmm. I mean, these are interesting traditions, of like all the different like places. It's stuff like this, which also season 1 of Andor was pretty cool with that, without Donnie. A lot of these traditions I really like, because across all these Star Wars like cultures, all these different species, there has to be way more to the culture, of course. So anytime they expand on it, I think it's something to kind of notate. So for the Master Archives analysis videos, I will be, I'm going to try to go into some details about this. So I guess not. Mm. What is it? Oh, I see. Oh man, they're determined. You can't get the ship to move or anything, but they'll just move it to get it. Oh man. So you're gonna line it up just to light up the ship here. That looks like a shotgun. God, yet again, little things like Dedra now in. I mean, God, very cool attire here. I mean that one of the things where they make modern clothing very Star Warsy, but even her hair perfectly cut just feels off and wrong. Wonderful outfit though. So now they're like a couple, I guess. How odd. How odd. Hmm. Luthen, what a guy. Look at that. Smile fades as he works the room. Mm. So what's the word, my friend? Mm. See, and this is the toughest part too. He's helping fund the rebellion here. I mean, what? What is? What's he on about? Because the thing is, it's tough, especially having to reach out for, I guess financial investment here. He's saying he feels undervalued. I'm like, that's all the more than enough reason for some people to then turn them into the Imperials. I love B2. Okay. Oh, look at that. That's cool. Yeah, Luthen's shop is definitely, I think, one of my favorite areas that they go back to. Let's see what artifacts they have. So blurry from the focus. Headdress. So Plo Koon's mask. Where's Sankara stones at? that was a cool part from last season. They had the Sankara stones from Indiana Jones. And look at this too. I mean, they say like they really make sure no one finds anything. Okay, quarter-inch jack. That's cool. Oh, I see. Comm system. Mm. Say. See, the thing is with Luthen, I mean, as we've saw from the last season, I'm like, he's like, we have to get to this now. I'm like, dude, I'm like more concerned he's gonna take this guy out. Yeah, they said it. It's so crazy. All right, my name's been said like 3 times already in this episode. Hmm. See, look, he's already eyeing him up, man. That's so cool. Man, so I'm really part of like a tradition. He's just duking it out. This just this feels like that scene from The Mummy. Looks like I have all the horses. Looks like you're on the wrong side of the river. This is what it feels like. It's actually pretty fun, not gonna lie. I'm tempted now. Because I know you can get Imperial meal bars on Amazon. I am tempted. Because they were in the last season. We're going to For the Lore. We're going to check this out. How can I get a meal bar? Here they are. Vitamin flavored. Oh. Horrible group. Where's the leader? I know they mentioned that she died and they're saying that she didn't. I don't know. Quick draw. Mm. My fans. They're gonna duke it out? Thank God we have this guy here to explain all this. They're just gonna duke it out with each other? So they can't decide who's in charge, so they just beat each other up. No, if it works, it works. Oh, it's rock, paper, scissors? It is. It's just Star Wars rock, paper, scissors. Okay. Dude, that is sick. Oh, yeah, I guess that was Cassian's old ship. So yeah, he's got the blaster stowed. God, that's such a good blaster. Oh, whoa, that's sick. Oh, they did say that there would be the creatures at night. God, that's crazy. Casting out that Briar pistol. Great choice. I mean, I know the Black Seer just brought the Dash Rendar figure. It's brought that up for pre-order. I wonder if it's all a choice. Ah, here it goes. Ooh. God. Ooh. Second time's charmer, right? Stormtroopers couldn't get him. And there he goes. I wonder if that's gonna be okay. Yeah, it's come towards the end of the episode here. Is that Yavin? Or did we already establish where we were from the last episode? All right, we're gonna pause right here. I need to look that up now. Is that? Hold on. Okay, yeah, it is. Ah, that is great. That is honestly, that is a fun little Easter egg right there. So the whole time they're on Yavin. You know, honestly, I mean, this episode is, winning me over. Besides my name's in it. Um, so Grona Tima, part of the tradition for the Jinjali people. It's just, yeah. Chandrilla. There it is. Um, it's a cool thing. I would love to know if that is from, I like to think someone at Lucasfilm saw my video, saw my videos, and they're just like, we're gonna put it in there, because that is crazy. So shout out to whoever's working at Lucasfilm. If you're if you're watching this video, that's honestly really awesome. Thank you guys. Even if it wasn't intentional, I mean, I think that's pretty cool. And I'm gonna hang my hat on that one. If you're interested in having me in an episode, please give me a call. Uh, just reach out, YouTube comments, or email me. Yeah. So I will say, I mean, I honestly, I mean, having the brigade. Sorry. So I'm so caught up. Having the brigade basically like stumble over everything they're doing, fighting with each other. I mean, I think that was a rather fun little arc there. A good counterpoint to Mon Mothma's arc, where like the stakes are pretty much raised right now, and the future of the rebellion really is hanging on. I mean, the big thing was having it funded. Now, we have a guy who's funding it. Now he's falling hard times, whatever that may mean for the future of the rebellion. I mean, obviously, we know in the long run how that plays out. And a lot of people will see this as I was just watching Red Letter Media's review of I think it was like episode 3, or it was like Rogue One, and they're like, well, we know how it pans out, like we know these characters, all that. I think it was Rogue One, because they're like, we don't see any of these characters, so obviously they're gonna die, which, yes. But the thing I do enjoy about these shows and these moments is for the pure fact that though we do know where this is going, we know Mon Mothma is gonna, we're gonna see her in episode 6. We know this. But I do find it really cool is that it does help raise the stakes in terms of the building of the rebellion. Because, I mean, it's not like the stuff on Ferrix is almost like a little drop of water in the pond, It is a big thing. I mean, obviously you see it shaking the ISB. Now at the same point, you see like the rebellion has to be funded. Same thing with Saw Gerrera. It's not this done in a night kind of thing. It's this constant ongoing. I mean, that's the thing is, you have to figure this is for BBY. In the next 4 years in this universe, they're going to not only get Luke Skywalker, basically it would be the last Jedi, but they also then will get the Death Star plans. Like, you have to think how big of a break that is for the rebellion. It's rather impressive, to be honest. From here, they're kind of doing their best to scrape by, get everything going. And, and I've always said this about Rogue One. And the thing that surprised me with Cassian when he's introduced in that movie, and you have to figure this is the first time we've seen Cassian Andor, he shoots a guy because, the guy's like, I can't climb my arm. He's like, no, don't worry, we'll get out of this. And he shoots the guy. And then you start to realize, like, and it was the first time for me I ever thought of the rebels as the bad guy. I honestly always saw the rebels almost like how people view Superman. We're like, well, yeah, he's goody two shoes, never do anything wrong. And that was the thing I liked with Rogue One. The thing I like with Andor here is then you realize the levels they will go, because it really does all fall on them. It's their freedom. Liberty itself falls on their shoulders. And I think that is the coolest thing that they've expanded upon with the movies and the show here is, because, I mean, we get things like the Bothan spies, where it's like, oh, yeah, many of Bothan spies died to get us this information. And then it never really dawned on me, but then I'm like, yeah, I guess they would have to do like some espionage work to, basically to get what they need. Same thing watching Kenobi, and I believe her name was Tala, right? She's going in disguise as Imperial officer, or she was an Imperial officer. And then you start to think like, yeah, I never really thought to a decent extent that we would have people currently in the Empire helping out the rebels. Like, we would have like defectors operating from within. Because every time we've gotten a defector, it's always been that they just fully defect over to the rebels, never having, people on the inside. And that's what I always thought was cool. Like, seeing here at Cassian's as this like test pilot, and it's like, yeah, I guess I never really had to think like they would send people behind enemy lines. Like, it is that serious. And just those things never really dawned on me. So now watching Andor, I'm like, yeah, you know what? I guess so. It's cool little things like that is what I've really gotten a kick out of this show. Seeing the stuff with Luthen and how ruthless he is. Saw Gerrera, we know in every, and I feel like I need a Saw Gerrera episode. Like, I need to do a Saw Gerrera episode of just talking about him, because it's so impressive that when he was introduced in Rogue One, I was like, yo, this dude is crazy. Then you see at the end, he's got like a heart of gold for Jin, and you're like, okay. And then ever since then, they've been expanding upon him. Clone Wars, Bad Batch. I think he was in Rebels. I'm actually rewatching Rebels currently, so I'll know soon enough. The more I see of him, Jedi Fallen Order, and he is brought up in Jedi Survivor. I haven't finished Jedi Survivor, so I don't think he shows up in Jedi Survivor. I just know the Cal's working for him. So, I'm seeing all this, and he goes from basically, just a rebel, just a guy rebelling. I believe it was locally on his planetary level, and then it becomes imperial, and then he full on becomes a terrorist. Like, it's insane, and I think that's probably going to be on the ballot. Speaking of, let's talk about this episode. Like I said, great episode. I think it offered a lot, especially for the perspective of the grander scheme of the rebellion and the Imperials, I suppose. I definitely, so I'm doing the commentary tracks here. So, that's why I announced during the video, like, all right, cool, start now. And like, all right, we're going to pause it here. So for me, I've really enjoyed watching these. I'm going to do lore breakdown videos. As for live streaming, I think we're taking a hiatus from live streaming. We'll probably still do some games. The May 4th stuff is coming up. At the time of recording, it is the 20th of April. So May 4th is right on the corner. Of course, I won't be around for May 4th, so I'll have to do it at a later time. So I'll be definitely live streaming games and all. I'd like to do a video on that. A couple video ideas I have. Other great YouTubers have done the same video this month. So I'm probably still going to go through with it. Still going to, I'm going to talk about my experiences with Star Wars Episode 3. This May 4th, as this videos come out, it'll be released same day. So this coming out 28th. I'm going to do basically my retrospective of Episode 3. It's a pretty big movie for me, a pretty big time period. As a Star Wars fan, I really want to talk about everything before it, my time, Star Wars there, everything for Episode 3. I'm trying my best to get some cool things for the video. I've actually gone through a lot of my older things that I have, like my older items in my collection. I've actually had to dig up for this video. Very excited about that. Nothing anything like too crazy, but it's very fun that I still have these things after all these years. And then basically my thoughts and feelings following Episode 3 and the years that followed that. It's something I'm going to work on for a while, so it actually may not come out till like June. There'll be a lot of filming and writing for it, as well as I'm also reading Episode 3, like the book. I'm going to finish that up soon. I did just see Episode 3 in theaters twice this week, aiming for a third. It's a lot going on, so stay tuned, guys. We're going to have that, so we may be just doing more videos than we will be doing live streams going forward. So with that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. This is Andor Season 2, Episode 2, titled Sagrona Tima, I Am Tima, the Master Archivist. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, may the Force be with you.